What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh Barekett. I'm a FinTech project manager and I'm here on YouTube sharing personal finance tips, some productivity tips, some travel highlights, and just general things that I'm interested in. If any of those topics are of interest to you, would love for you to like this video and hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me get this channel off the ground. Today's video is going to be a follow-on from the last video I made on this channel. And that video covered how I manage my expenses without necessarily using a budget. I'll link it up here for you if you'd like to have a watch. But in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I automatically split my paycheck up in a way that helps me plan for my expenses and save for my future. And you might have clicked on this because of the title that I used, and I swear to you, I'm not clickbaiting you. I will share a little bit about how by breaking my paycheck up this way, I am actually earning free money. Before we jump into this, come with me to make some coffee and then we'll get started. So here's a high level view of how I break down every single paycheck that I get. And one thing that I learned recently, and something I would encourage you to look into if this is of interest, is that the HR platform my company uses to pay us all allows you to set different accounts and percentages of your paycheck to go into each account. So this is a lot of accounts for all of your paychecks to go into if you have to do it manually. But the one thing that I've started to do is set this up to direct deposit into all of my accounts automatically. So every paycheck is automatically split and deposited into these accounts. So let's jump into this and I'll walk you through it. Each paycheck automatically is getting split off and putting 5% or so into my 401k. Next is my savings account. And this is actually where I am making this free money. So one thing that I mentioned is that I'm saving about 20% of my income, and I have both short and long-term goals with these savings accounts. So something that I've recently come onto is the fact that there are checking accounts out there that when you open up a new account and hit a certain deposit limit, or a lot of them just want to do direct deposit, they'll actually give you free money for doing so. I like to put my savings into various different accounts so that I can't access it, and therefore it's, stowed away safely for me to save and to continue to add to. This really plays well into this opportunity that these banks give you when you open up a new checking account to reach certain limits and to get free money essentially from them. So if you look here, I've got my savings automatically broken out into 3 different savings accounts. In my last video, I did mention my Marcus high yield savings account. Currently, this is yielding about 4.5% APY, and I try and put anywhere from 5 to 10% of each paycheck into that account. And my next savings account is for my vacation goal. So I'm going on a vacation soon. I've been trying to save up for it for the past few months, and I've opened up a Huntington account in order to do so. Knowing that I wanted to save this money over the span of about 4 or 5 months, I got turned on to this bank called Huntington Bank based out of Chicago, and they were offering $400 for any direct deposits after opening up a new checking account. So I saw this as an incredible opportunity, and I opened up a checking account. I put about 10% of each paycheck via direct deposit into that checking account, and after 60 to 90 days of that first direct deposit, they're going to give me $400 for just opening up the checking account and direct depositing into it. The next bank that I got turned on to that was doing this and is still currently doing this is PNC. Their threshold to receive the $400 was a little bit different than Huntington Bank's, and they actually needed not only direct deposit, but they need you to direct deposit $5,000 over the span of, I believe it was 60 days. I set up this as a vacation sinking account where I would quickly fund it, hit that $5,000 threshold, and then I would start to just put, $200 direct deposit every paycheck afterwards in order to save up for a really big summer vacation. This is also set to pay out after 60 to 90 days of hitting that $5,000 threshold, which I just did a few weeks ago. So I'll be making an update video in the future to cover all of the earnings that I get out of these 2 accounts. But this pretty much breaks down like my thought process around saving and my desire to put my savings in different accounts than my standard checking account And it really works well when these checking accounts offer you free money just for opening an account and direct depositing into it. And that, alongside being able to set different accounts for direct deposit, has really helped me both hit my savings goals and then also hit them quicker because they're giving me free money on top of my direct deposit. So win-win. And that's how I break down all of my savings at the moment. Moving on then to my standard checking account. And this is the account from which I pay my bills, I pay my credit cards, and I put money into my Roth IRA every year. This setup is not for everyone. There is some management that goes into this. You know, if I put too much into my savings account and I do need to pay off a credit card bill, or I want to invest in my IRA, I do have to move money around. And I also pay my rent out of my checking account. So I am finding myself moving money out of the PNC account and putting that back into my Chase checking account in order to pay my rent. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's worth it for $400 in my opinion. It's super simple to move money around. So this is the setup that I've been going with lately. And as I get paid out from these accounts, I'll probably be rolling my new savings into new accounts that will have some sort of monetary reward for direct depositing into those accounts. So that's the overview of how I break down my 2 paychecks every single month and how it sort of coincides with this opportunity to earn free money from opening up new checking accounts and hitting certain thresholds with them. And it also helps me just better save. So I don't need to worry about getting money in my checking account and then moving it to a savings account. The way that I've got my direct deposit set up, it automatically goes into one of my savings account and it's out of sight, out of mind, don't even need to think about it. It's there. And it's really nice because there are times when I forget that I'm depositing into that account and I'll go a few weeks or a few paychecks without looking at it, and then I'll go in and I'll look at it and I'll be pleasantly surprised that I've already hit my goal. And that's just the general gist of how I break down my paychecks. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.